that? No. I'll tell you.
Right away, this sounds routine, but don't be fooled. What looks like a simple request hearing is about to turn into a legal minefield where every word matters.
Judge, that order remains in place. This comes before the calendar on Ms. Hunt's request to modify the existing order. And then Mr. Stonecipher filed a declaration in response to your request. Did you see that?
No, I was originally going to ask for a continuance because by my servicing company, he was never served. So I'm surprised to see.
Look, we got the packet late last week. Or no, wait a minute. Hang on just a minute.
If I may, Your Honor, I was never formally served. I received Mrs. Hunt's.
Hang on, we can hear
Oh,
from,
of course.
You're here with an attorney.
Here's the first red flag. Service of documents matters in court, a lot. If one side claims they weren't properly served, that can derail or delay everything. Watch how carefully the judge handles this.
So I'll
Correct. Okay.
Mr. Clark, if you want to address that, you can.
Yeah, he was not
ma'am.
formal. Yeah, as he was saying, he was not formally served, but he did learn about this through other means. And Ms. Hunt should have received the declaration. I emailed it to her and I mailed it to her with substantial time for her to receive it.
Did you not receive that, ma'am?
I never received those documents.
So what I think it's only just a one document. It's a declaration in response. Give me just a minute. What we're going to do, ma'am, we're going to print off a copy of that declaration. I'm going to have you review it. Then you can go back in. You can go back into the court. You can review it, and then if everybody's agreed, we'll just go forward on this motion here today, so no one has to come back.
Okay. Thank you, Your Honor.
You're welcome. The Stonecipher Hunt, and then after that, I'll come to you.
Thank you, Your Honor.
So, ma'am, you can come on back up. So you have asked to adjust the no contact order. In the response that was filed by the declaration from Mr. Stonecipher. Well, I guess having said that, are you prepared to proceed here today? You said earlier that you were.
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay. Basically, that there's nothing in this order that prevents you from participating in any sort of investigation, which I think kind of came as news to Mr. Stonecipher, if I understand that.
This is where things get interesting. She's not asking to dismiss the order, just to modify it. But legally, even small changes require proof of a substantial change in circumstances. Do you think she's met that standard so far?
That declaration correctly, but I'll hear from you briefly as to why you think the no contact order should be adjusted.
Do I need to stand, Your Honor?
You do not.
Okay. So in seeking out legal counsel, I have been directed that I should not talk to CPS or the police or the school district about the allegations that my son has told me concerning 3 educators at the preschool that inappropriately touched him. It is third-party contact, and that I need to go before the court and request that it be modified.
So I'm going to stop you for a second and tell you, I don't view that as third-party contact. Third-party contact is going to them and say, hey, go tell this person this or that. If you're reporting something, I don't think that there's anything in this order that prevents you from doing that. I know that.
This moment is huge. The judge makes a clear distinction. Reporting concerns is not the same as third-party contact. That clarification alone answers the core question of this hearing, and it doesn't favor her request.
Excuse me. I know that Mr. Stonecipher disagrees with that, but Mr. Clark, I'll come to you. What's your opinion on what I just said?
No, I agree, Your Honor. Mr. Stonecipher doesn't have any intention to stand in the way between Ms. Hunt and any kind of investigative organizations, CPS in particular. He would like this case, this motion decided on a very narrow basis. And that's in 7.105.500 paragraph 3, where in order to have a modification or termination of a protective order, the moving party needs to show a substantial change in circumstances such that the respondent will not resume, engage in, or attempt to engage in this case, acts of unlawful harassment. So none of the allegations presented in this motion would give any indication that Miss Hunt would not resume harassing my client. And for that reason, we'd just like this denied, and Miss Hunt can, pursue her son's interests in proper forum. Further, we'd like an order for attorney fees, because they're allowed under the statute. And we're also interested in moving to seal the record because of these inflammatory statements that Ms. Hunt is making about Mr. Stonecipher have indeed sexually abused her child. These are horrific and inflammatory allegations, and they should not be out there in a public record. My client is a teacher, and he works with young students. He hasn't had any interaction with Miss Hunt's student since June of 2023. It's not to say that, there's any time bar to the allegations that she's bringing forward, but it's just that these just seem kind of unsupported allegations.
Now the temperature spikes. Accusations like these are explosive in a courtroom, especially when they involve educators and children. The judge is laser-focused on one thing. This hearing is not the place to decide those claims.
And a lot of hearsay in her submissions. Thank you.
So, ma'am, I'll give you the final word here.
Mm-hmm.
Anything?
So, yes. So my son started sexually
Okay,
acting.
so, ma'am, and I don't want, the issue here is whether or not this order needs to be adjusted. And remember, he's the petitioner, you're the respondent in that order. And so with regard to, allegations that you reference in yours and was just referenced by Mr. Clark, that's going to be heard by and decided by somebody else, not me.
Okay.
And so the only issue here is whether or not this order needs to be changed.
Okay. So I've been counseled that anyone that I talk to that could then take my information and communicate it to Mr. Stonecipher, that could be considered third-party contact.
Okay.
And I'm trying to avoid being in violation of the protection order or prosecuted for participating in a full investigation, me and my son being able to be involved.
Okay. Well, I don't, as I kind of hinted earlier, I don't think there's anything in this order that prevents you from participating in any sort of investigation or anything like that. I'm not sure. Again, I'm not sure what you were told, but based on what you have said and what you...
There it is. No modification, no fees, no sealed record. The order stays exactly as it was. A reminder that courts don't rule on emotion. They rule on scope, standards, and procedure. Was this the right call? Drop your thoughts below.
Have put in your paperwork that was filed. I don't see that there's any reason to adjust the no contact order at this time. It's going to remain. It's going to remain in place.
Okay.
With regard to, so your request to adjust the no contact order will be denied.
Okay.
With regard to Mr. Clark's comments about sealing the record, I don't think that. I think I'm going to need a formal motion on that with briefing, because typically we don't do that. And so if you want that, you're going to have to bring a motion on that with a brief as to how we can do that, because people file, all kinds of stuff in these sorts of hearings. And, we just don't, absent compelling circumstances, we don't seal records. And so, or court files. So you're going to have to, again, if you wish to do that, Mr. Clark, on behalf of Mr. Stonecipher, you'll have to, brief that. And I'm also given. I'm going to at this point. I'm going to deny the request for attorney's fees.
Under what basis, Your Honor?
What do you mean?
Did you make any findings that would support that ruling?
Which ruling?
Denying attorney fees at this time?
I think it's I think it's discretionary, and I'm choosing not to do it.
Okay, thank you.
Sure. You're free to go, ma'am. No contact order remained in place. And Mr. Clark and Mr. Stonecipher, you're free to go also.
Your Honor, one more question. Does he still need to be served the paperwork? My understanding is he needs served the paperwork.
What's that? No,